If the Ohio high school football playoffs began today, both Perrysburg and Southview would be in the postseason. Yellow Jackets hosting Holy Liberty in Region 2, the Cougars at Avon in Region 6, but that could all change as the two NLL foes square off Friday night in Perrysburg. The pigskin professor, Mike Jewell, gets us ready for the showdown.
Steve Hardy's Southview Cougars, 4-1, traveling on the road again, heading to Perrysburg. Dirk Connor and his Yellow Jackets also sitting at 4-1. Some people like to say, hey, out of the frying pan and into the fire. It ain't warm, it ain't fuzzy, and it ain't what Southview's got to deal with this week. Coach Steve Hardy has got those kids playing, and if you're going into any fire, it's only because you're forging steel, getting stronger for the future, and the fire in Perrysburg is going to burn white hot. This is going to be a good football game. I loved the Cougar effort last week in that loss, especially a defense that battled through the last snap. I thought bringing Bruce Selman and Kyle Fenter up through the line of scrimmage and off the edge was brilliant Southview strategy, and it gave Caswell some problems. Offensively, I like the Cougars staying stubborn with Isaac Sexton. It didn't work against the elite general defense. One huge breakdown offensively, however, that England Allen interception. Offenberg ran tough from the quarterback spot, and Will Mazey's getting the ball to Emmett Lamb on the now screens were effective. More about that later. Meanwhile, Perrysburg elevating that game, a clinical thrashing of Napoleon. I haven't seen the Jackets in a couple weeks except for highlights, but it's easy to identify that they are continuing their mission to reclaim the NLL, and they're playing at an elite championship level. Offensively, Perrysburg is going to give Southview even more challenges than Anthony Wayne's pounding style. Connor Wallenczak's a threat in not only the running game to the tune of 7 yards a carry and 3 touchdowns a game, but in the passing situations as well. He is a top-notch receiver coming out of the backfield. He can beat you short, he can beat you screen, and he can beat you deep. That Perrysburg passing attack with quarterback TJ Tackett is also at an elite level right now. Southview will have to prep for that this week, something that didn't really exist against Anthony Wayne. Jack Bohr, he's dangerous all over the field. Last week, Tackett, 14 for 19, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns. Leads the NLL in passing, around 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns. Bohr, 6 for 142 yards, 2 touchdowns. Leads the NLL in receiving with 475 and 6 of them. For the second week in a row, Danny Nussbaum, John Thompson, and that Southview defensive front must match the immense physical intensity of Perrysburg's running game. It's fueled by Grant Zimmerman, Gavin Moore, and those big offensive linemen, and executed by both Wallenczak and Tackett. But as I mentioned, Southview's got to respect the passing game more this week. If they put the same numbers in the box that they did last week, Tackett's going to shred those gaps in the secondary. Take your guys out of the box, Wallenczak and Tackett are going to run it down your throats. This is a challenge. At the end of the day, a lot of football is about matchups, and I thought Southview matched up very well with Anthony Wayne. I'm curious to see if Southview matches up as well with what Perrysburg brings to the field. Defensively, Perrysburg's got to identify Lamb on the field. I love the battle of Gio Restivo, Perrysburg's brilliant corner, versus Lamb as a playmaker. I think Southview has to create some opportunities for Emmett, and that means Gio is going to get his chances too. And he is a tough, gritty playmaker. If the Yellow Jackets ball, then look for Bohr versus Trey Gregory, Southview's elite corner, maybe the best in the region. Steel, strength, and steel from the fire. Bohr versus Gregory is that kind of matchup. So the youngster gets his second shot at the title this week. Southview versus Perrysburg, gritty, tough, NLL-style football. Stay healthy, and then gear it up for some real challenges that are coming just around the corner.